Hello, everybody. We are the Geeks and the Giants, and we are back talking about Stranger Things. Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2. Uh,
I don't know why they had to do that for this one, but okay.
sure.
Were they
Um,
not done filming, or
I guess just to build up, suspense. Because otherwise, we would just be at our homes for 12 hours. I don't know why they didn't want us to do that, but, it's fine.
I would have gladly done it. This season was amazing.
Yeah. But honestly, though, I like this half better than the first one. Not saying the first one's bad. I'm saying all in all, it came
Excuse me.
together.
I will say there were pros and cons with the last one, as we had talked about before.
Yeah.
Did we do a rating for the last one?
Yeah, we gave it a 7.
All right, yeah.
Um,
Uh, but yeah, so like it's fine, and then this one kind of made it a whole. I would say, yeah, I like this more than the first half, but I will say that when it did like oh shit moments, it was oh shit moments. But once I started focusing on 11, that's when I got bored.
hmm. Speaking of 11, we pick up right where we left off. 11 gets her powers back. Yay! Uh, Hopper escapes the prison, as we've seen the last one, and Nancy gets a terrifying vision of the future.
Hmm. Yes, and it shows pretty much Hopkins under fire,
Yeah.
cracks in the floor, buildings run down, and we're like, wow. I guess that might happen if they fail.
Yeah. Surely they won't.
Surely they won't.
Yeah. And then Mike tells his feelings to Will, like, I'm scared that I'll lose 11. She might see that she won't need me no more because I am Lois Lane. Not even Lois Lane. She is Superman, and I'm not even a uh, reporter, a famous reporter like Lois Lane, so I'm nothing compared to her. And Will gives the speech, and you're like, I don't think this is about 11.
Yeah, I really don't think this is about 11.
Yeah.
Like, there's no sure. As Will mentions, like you're the heart, and well, he didn't feel like it this season, but like you're the heart of the group. You're the one standing in front, as he shows his like little painting with his like the dragon. Like you're the one who's front and center when we all like depend on you. And it was very sweet. And then you just see Will just like turn away and start crying. I was like,
Yeah.
oh man! I was like, oh shit! No, not gonna lie, that hurt me. I was like, I went to hug Will. I was like, it's okay, it's okay.
All
We've all
along,
been there.
like, he's doing the speech while Jonathan's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta love how Jonathan was the one who noticed and not the person beside Will.
Yeah. Like, Will's just crying his eyes out, and Mike's not like, you okay?
I will be a good boyfriend.
uh, but yeah, we cut back to 11, and uh, Papa tells her, like, your friends are not ready for what's coming. Because Henry Vecna is coming with a vengeance. And you basically opened the door, like, seasons ago. You're the reason why he was able to come through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not gonna lie. Whose fault was it, though?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Papa? Because he was like, I gotta find where this guy come from. Or where he's, like, where he's at. And then that's why it opened. It's because of him.
Yeah. And, like, he tells her, like, oh, what Henry Vecna's been doing is essentially making holes in the dam. And with each season, it's building up pressure and pressure until the dam breaks. And your friends will all die. And Paul Rush is like, wow. So much for easing her into it. Idiot.
Right? You gotta love how the mom carries like,
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
The hell are you doing?
To be honest, watching this and The Boys, I'm like, oh shit, he's in both shows. Damn.
Oh shit, yeah, right.
Yeah, he's the legend.
He's he's a rich guy.
Yeah, he's the Stanley
Producer.
knockoff.
Oh, so that's what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And like it's funny how he started in pop culture as the guy who betrays Ripley in Aliens, the big
Yeah.
racist dude.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel for him, and he is sympathetic to 11 because he's like, look, we told her she will just find her powers here, but if she wants to go and help her friends, that's her choice, and she has to be the one to decide, not you, not Papa.
Yeah. And of course, Papa was like, nah, she ain't ready for that. While they're being attacked, this scene was cool though. Like seeing the soldiers come into the base
Yeah.
and then like form a like this kind of Trojan attack.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is kind of cool.
Because before that, he has Paul Reiser's character. I forgot his name. Get arrested.
Oh yeah, he gets detained. Not arrested. I would say detained. Like he gets like all the military men and just put him in like interrogation or like a prison cell.
Yeah, and as you said, 11 has this moment where she's like, "All of this is your fault since you sent me after looking for Henry.
Yeah.
I'm not the monster. You are."
And she's right. No matter what Henry says in the Upside Down, Papa's still the monster. And yeah, she does threaten him. He pins him to a wall and he's like, hey, if you stop me, I will kill you.
Yeah.
And she busts down the door and then immediately gets stabbed by like some sleeping syringe. And okay. While we're having this scene, we also have like this whole lost Mike and Will journey that's happening.
Yeah. Again, for that episode at least, it's like, alright, it's just looking for 11.
Yeah, like the entire time, every time they like go to like the 11 arc where Mike has to find 11 with Will, and 11 has to find herself and find her powers. For me, specifically, if you like 11, that's fine. In my opinion, that was like the boring part. I just wanted to see like Steve and Nancy and the gang just like prepping just to fuck this guy over with no powers, mind you.
Yeah, and then going back to Russia for a bit, like Yuri is forced to be like, show them like, oh, we do have a way out. It's a helicopter. I just have to fix it.
Oh yeah, I like that arc as well.
Yeah, and Hopper and Joyce have these, they're sweet moments, and also they try to call home because like, hey, can you send help? But like they have to wait because once they put down the phone, it'll take hours for the phone operator to reach back to them because that's when the KGB will be listening in on them.
Yeah, and it's the 80s. Making a phone call across the world was really hard back in the day.
Yeah.
For sure. And like, hey, look at that, Hopper got thin and fit. I was like, well, or like deprived of nice food.
Yeah.
He was in prison.
Seeing the scars on his back, you're like, God damn.
Yeah, that was messed up. Like he just pretty much takes it off and he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then going back to Steve and Nancy and the rest of the gang, they're like, obviously we can have Hopkins be a post-apocalyptic state. We have to stop Vecna. We have to kill Vecna.
Yeah. And they pretty much have to make their way to like this, I would say, strip mall that's just guns.
Yeah.
But
before that, they steal a van with Michael Myers' mask. Like, that got me for a bit. Like, oh shit. But yeah, and then they go to Rambo house because it is Rambo in the front, and then Erica has a point. She's like, if we're trying to avoid the angry Hicks, why should we go to the place where they're most likely to hang out in? Like, that's a good point.
Well, it's the only place we could actually get a gun without like being shady.
Yeah.
Well, like as they go there and like, oh, they start prepping up. They do run into Jason.
Yeah.
And Nancy runs into Jason as she's buying like the shotgun.
Yeah.
And then like Jason's like trying to give her like a gun 101 thing while dismissing gun safety while pointing a revolver at her. It was like, shotguns aren't safe. I'm like, what the fuck? You're not safe. Or like he's like, oh, shotguns, they're not gonna do much. They don't go far. I was like, nah, I ain't listening to you. I'm listening to that that Texan dude from Bill Burr's skit where he was like, it's a nice spread. I was like, you're not gonna miss with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And he talks about like, oh, what if somebody grabs the barrel? Again, pointing the barrel at his face. Man, Jason's like, not hating the actor. The character is just horrible.
Yeah.
And like I really love to die. I was like, I really hope you're the last sacrifice.
And then they get out of Dodge because they're like, we have to get out of here real quick because Jason and his gang are hunting us down. And they do some, Batman preparation where they make spears, make like spiky Captain America-esque shields.
Yeah.
Nancy makes it her shotgun a sawed-off shotgun.
Which looks really good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty long gun.
And then, of course, Steve and Robin are making Molotovs, and he's going about because early on, Robin saw her love interest making out with the dude, and he's going on like, I don't get what you guys back at spring break or something like that. She's like,
yeah.
In the grand scheme of it, why do you care? It's like, because I have a bad feeling that we might not make it through this one. They're like, oh.
Right.
Yeah. Early on, also, Lucas and Max had this scene where Lucas is bargaining, like, please, let's go to the files of the patients so that we can have someone else be the sacrifice. And Max is like, nope, we can't do that. We'll be putting someone innocent in danger, and they don't know what's coming. I have to be the one. And I have the ability to transport myself into different memories so he doesn't, have me pinned in one location.
Yeah. And she does use it to an extent.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry. I'm so jarred on what happened in the last episode.
And then...
We'll get to it, though.
Yeah. And then, so what is the big overall plan? Well, no, sorry. Before that, of course, as you mentioned, there's a military attack in Eleven's base where the military comes in and Papa tries to rescue Eleven.
Yeah. Again, no redeeming factor with Papa. I do like Joker from Full Metal Jacket. Just not like, I just don't like this character. Like, I was like, I am happy you're dead. No, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because this fucker gaslit her.
Yeah.
Back in the, he was like blaming her. I was like, you opened the gate. I was like, why me too, though? And I was like, okay. I hated this character so much. Him, like, running with her and, like,
Yeah.
And he gets, like, sniped from the helicopter. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also nicer that it's not a quick death, too. It's not like a headshot and he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he was kind of, like, seeing his regrets and shit. I was like, good.
Yeah.
Again, not hating the actor, just the character.
Yeah, we like Dean.
Yeah, we do.
Well, 11 gets to take out the helicopter with the sniper out as Mike and Jonathan, the rest, are driving towards her rescue, but she's the neat saving, of course. But they get there in time.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know I've said this before, and I'm an advocate of, like, can we get rid of 11 for kind of person? Because I'm really tired of the whole power thing. This scene was hella cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Helicopter crashing down on the vehicles, I was like, nice.
Yeah. She tells them we have to make it to Hawkins tonight. We have to hurry. And like, why? It's like 2,000 miles away. We'll never make it in time. She's like, if you don't, everyone will die. And then was like, what do you mean, everyone?
And I kind of called it because they were like, okay, we got a plan. While I'm in, like, my own mind, and like if she's in a deprivation tank thing, they could like transport themselves miles away to another person's mind.
Yeah.
That's how strong 11 is.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Argyle's like, I know a place. I was like, how would you know what a place? How do you know where the place to be is where we can get a shit ton of salt in a bathtub? Yeah. And I was like, it does work at a pizza place. There's a shit ton of salt there.
Yeah, and while they're prepping the tank, that's where we get another heartfelt scene with Will and his brothers, like, where Jonathan's like, hey, we don't talk as much as we used to, but I want you to know that I'm here for you always. And no matter what, I'm still your brother. And Will says, yeah, me too. And they hug it out, and it is heartfelt.
It was. It really was. Like, that moment kind of made me tear up because I was like, a lot of brothers or sisters kind of need to hear that. Or, like, if they have a parent who wish they could talk to, especially when they're in that kind of situation. Even like, what's his name? Jonathan?
Yeah.
He even specified, like, no matter what, I still love you.
And Will then realizes, like, oh, he does know. Alright,
Yeah.
I can trust him.
Yeah. And we also saw, like, this defining feature of Mike where he doesn't like pineapple pizza, so it kills it for me. pineapple pizza is awesome. Come at me.
One of the people who will come at you will be Seb. So good luck.
So what? I don't care.
Right.
Come at me. I will die on this hill.
But yeah, what is the overall plan for Steve, Dustin, and Nancy is that while Max will distract Vecna, and then that will get him to do the teleport or like enter his phase of being vulnerable. His real body will be vulnerable while his mind self will be attacking Max. And that will allow Steve, Robin, and Nancy to attack him while he's most vulnerable. Because Dustin points that out, like, hey, when Eleven does this, she's most vulnerable when she's just sitting quiet.
Yes.
At the same time, Dustin and Eddie will have to distract the bat creatures.
Yeah.
But
holy shit. Sorry, we're not there yet.
Yeah. Steve does tell Dustin and Eddie, like, hey, if it gets too hairy, don't be heroes. Back out right away.
Yeah,
and
you run. And
Eddie
of course, Eddie's like, yeah, we're not heroes to begin with.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of sweet scenes because you're like, I wonder how many red flags they'll throw at me before I'm like, I hate this.
Right. The amount of death flags we hear, like Steve saying, like, I had a plan with this whole, like, 6 kids and what was it? Winnebago or something like that. Or they have like this van, they go out, they go to the beach, and the one thing that was missing was you. And he's talking to Nancy, and I was like, "No, you son of a bitch! These are death flags. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?"
And then I was so nervous when Lucas and Max were having the conversation of like, "I'm glad."
Do you want to have? Yeah. Do you want to have like a movie on Friday? I was like, oh.
And in my mind, I was like, "Are they going to make it to Friday though?"
Yeah, that was my thing. Though I was like, "Oh shit! You know what? This show is it's very straightforward. They're not gonna kill off the main characters."
And then Max calls out Vecna and she's like, "Hey asshole, I'm here." It doesn't really work at first, and then she digs down deep and tells some really personal stuff like, "Billy, my brother, caused me to live in hell, essentially. And there'd be nights where I wanted something to happen. I wanted him to die. That's why when he did, I was relieved, and that's why I was just stunned. The part of me was glad that happened." And then Lucas is like, "You really wanted that? How could you? Do you want that of me?" And I'm like, one, it's either being a terrible boyfriend, or two, oh shit, he's here.
Yeah, it is. You really think the show would have been like, okay, let's dip the character of Lucas. I'm like, let's just make him a complete asshole there.
This is the part where I hate the show forever now. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it wasn't even Vecna, it's just Lucas.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, to be honest, at first I was like, Lucas, oh, it's Vecna. It's Vecna. Okay, it's all good. It's all good.
What the fuck is this coming? Oh, okay, it's not you.
Oh, thank God.
And then she
but
does the thing
but we do find out that like one of the people who were in that conference where Jason was like doing this whole rally thing and enraging the crowd. One of them was passing by the house and saw the little sister of Lucas, I forgot her name. Yeah, Erica. And he was like, "Oh, I gotta tell the jocks. Yeah. Not the police, the jocks." Right. Okay.
And then Nancy says, like, we don't move to another phase until we're given the clear. And once Erica gives the first clear, that signals, like, Eddie and Dustin are like, alright, it's time to distract the bats.
Yeah. And we get the best cover. A Master of Puppets. This shit was so badass.
Yeah. I wonder if the number, like Kate Bush's numbers, go up after this one. I'm pretty sure it will.
But now it's Metallica's turn. Yeah. This shit was so good. Like, Eddie became the top tier bard of the group, or like of any group. That shit was so badass. Yeah. Especially like as the camera pans around as he's playing, I was like, "Oh yes!" I'm not gonna do the tone because I don't know if YouTube would allow us to do that.
Oh no.
But if you know Master of Puppets, you know how badass the first riff goes.
Yeah. And then see, they go back into their trailer park to hide it out, and Nancy and Steve and Robin make advance to Vecna's house, and then we cut back to Russia for a bit because they realize like Hopper gets information like, oh, the guy in front of contact is nowhere to be found, and the girl was with him, so there's something must be going on because of the particles. That's a hint of like, oh shit, a gate's open in Hawkins. We have to do something to give 11 a fighting chance. Like, and then they have to go back into the Max prison where they're like, all right, going back in will be easier than going back out, obviously, because we're wanted. So he tells Valar Morghulis guy to like, hey, tell Yuri to hurry it up.
Valar Morghulis.
Yeah, sorry, I really
the man from Bravos. The man from Bravos. Really, you forgot the dude with your name.
I do like the scene between Enzo and Yuri when he's like, you know, the peanut butter man had a reputation before losing himself to cards and drink. You were a hero. What happened? And that gets
he's
Yuri
like,
to be
he's still here. I'll see it. Yeah, it's like, it made Yuri think.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put the spark plug back into the helicopter.
Yeah. They make it into the prison and they find it infested with demogorgons, and Hopper's like, oh shit, alright, we'll bring them into the pit since it's a hive mind. I'll distract one and it will bring the rest.
Yeah. And this was like the coolest episode of Resident Evil ever.
Yeah. And that's all that's going on. Max is in the ballroom of season 2, I think. I haven't seen.
Yeah. Like the snowball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sees balloons popping. She's like, all right, he's close.
And I think that was a reference to it. Yeah.
She tries to barricade the door, and obviously to no avail because Vecna's here, and he's ready.
Yeah. And like, I think this is the point where they were able to make the tank, and 11's already going through Max's memories of like random memories. So when she was in LA back in the day, and I think it was LA.
Yeah.
Before she moved to Hopkins, and she finds a connection, like something out of place in a memory, for her to get near to Max. And what happened here next? Like,
yeah, and then obviously Vecna like corners her and like shoots her through a wall, and he's like, "You're brave, but you're still weak."
and you really gotta do something.
Right.
Like, just imagine you with a better mic instead of our like shitty podcast mics.
But he gets so close. I'm like, am I going to see Max's arms break for real? No, not yet.
Not yet. No, but like, yeah, like this. I can't say it was a good fight. It was cool that he like threw the wood pieces at like 11.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I do like the fact when she grabs it, she just goes, "Hi."
Yeah, but then again, it was kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give her this. She just got her powers back, so.
Felt bad for Max when she tries to stab Vecna and she just gets knocked out. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a bad move, Max.
It was.
Yeah.
And immediately, 11 eats shit, so she gets like tossed around and knocked into Vecna's like little red mine place.
Yeah. Speaking of eating shit, once they're in Vecna's house, Robin, Steve, and Nancy all get attacked by the hive mind and they're being choked out. I'm like, well, how does this going to play out again? Going back to Dustin and Eddie, they're barely holding on against the bats because they sealed the roof, but there's another vent, and then he tells Dustin, "You have to go already because shit's going down." And Dustin
and
to the other side.
And I was like wondering, why did he have to run? I forgot. There's a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
To the regular world. So if the bats got into that, they could get into the real world, and that's what they were trying to avoid. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, like Eddie then grabs the rope and then he hesitates. I'm like, oh no, oh no.
I was like, no, Eddie, don't do this. I need you. Like I was saying that, not Dustin. I was like, I need you to be in the show a little bit longer, please.
Yeah.
But like Eddie just pretty much goes out the front door, grabs a bike, and starts circling. He wasn't really running far. He was just trying to distract the bats from that one location.
Yeah, and then one of them knocks him down, and then he runs, and then he realizes like, I'm done running. I'm gonna fight this time.
Yeah, so, he keeps getting like flashbacks of like, I just ran, and like we're not really heroes.
Yeah.
Or we don't consider ourselves heroes. And this is the point where Eddie became the hero, and I was like, he's gonna make it. If Steve made it, he can make it, right?
And then going back to the real world, the jocks come to Vecna's house, and one of them gets Erica, and the other one confronts Lucas, and they have this fight because he's like, if you don't take her out of her trance, I'm gonna kill you. You're like, okay, asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, and then Lucas is trying to explain, but I kind of get it. Like, would I really believe another dimension? But if you believe in cults and sacrificial shit,
why not?
Why not? But yeah, you can see Jason being like the worst possible human at this moment. And Lucas finally standing up for himself and being like, I wanted to be normal and popular, but being normal means being a complete psychopath.
Yeah.
That I don't want to be normal.
And then we cut back to 11, and she's obviously like surrounded by the hive mind. She spins her arms and legs are bind. And then Henry, or Vecna, is like, there's a time I wanted you to be by my side, but now I just want you to watch. I'm like, oh, is he gonna execute Max in front of us?
Not gonna lie, I get it. Like pauses and like slow burns do hit really hard.
Yeah.
But this was slow because Henry was giving a whole exposition, but in the slowest way possible. I was like, carry on, is Max gonna die? Please! And I was like, no, seriously, I'm sorry. This part was really cool, but at the same time, I was like, why is it dragging? Why am I getting bored?
It is cool to know that it was all him, though.
Yeah, it was nice to know that, like, from the beginning, he's the one who started it.
Yeah.
And, like, we're seeing the team fall apart. We're seeing Eddie getting eaten, Dustin falling and breaking his leg.
Yeah, that part I was like, oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, poor Dustin. I was like, fuck. Nancy and the group are getting choked out by the tentacles, and 11 isn't doing so hot.
Yeah, and Hopper's being pinned down by the Demogorgon. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Please don't go the way of Samwise Gantry. Please.
Slash guy from Stranger Things.
Shut the
I hate all that.
And then Mike realizes like, oh shit, 11's not doing too well, so he takes her out of the tub and gives this speech like, I do love you. Like, on your worst days, your best days. I'm just afraid that you realize you won't need me anymore because I'm just a lucky guy who fell in love with the girl in the woods.
Yeah, and he pretty much saying that you're their superhero and gives her enough strength to fight off the tentacles. But kind of like, grazing the hair here a bit. Oh, sorry, grazing teeth? How does the term go?
The skin of your teeth, because...
Skin of your teeth! There you go, I know vocabulary.
I forgot to mention, like, before she gets to fight back, he is killing Max, and you're like, oh fuck, the minute...
Max is floating!
Yeah.
And running up the hill ain't there to save her.
Yeah, because fucking Jason steps on the tape recorder, but Lucas does knock it out on time, just to see one of Max's arms go pop. Like, oh shit!
When they did that, I was like...
Yeah, me too, I'm like, not a jaw, please, not a jaw.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Arms, then a leg, and another leg. I was like, whoa. Like, how you're pulling through? And then we get to cut back to, like, to Eddie. I was like, no!
Eddie's choking on his own blood. Thankfully, Hopper gets saved by Joyce, and they are able to bring him to the ring where Murray goes full badass. I'm like, That's cool when he fries all the Demogorgons.
Yes, I love Murray. I love Murray so much. Like the side characters, I'm loving more than Mike and 11. No offense to them. No offense to the actors. It's just
Yeah.
you've had your time.
And since Vecna's being distracted by 11, that frees up Robin, Steve, and Nancy, and they're able to uh, get hits on Vecna because Kate Bush starts playing. We're like, all right, it's just about to go down. Hopper picks out a sword from Conan the Barbarian, which they confirm like that is the original replica sword from Conan.
Yeah, and I was laughing so hard because I was like, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's sword.
Yeah.
How did the Soviet Union get that and tossed it into a fight pit?
Like, comrade, do you like Terminator? Yes. Look what I got. Like, how did you get that, comrade?
Holy shit! How'd you get it?
But yeah, before she evaporates Vecna, he's like, "You've already lost. It's the beginning of the end." She's like, "No, I won." And I'm like, I mean, there is a season 5, so I don't think you completely won yet. But sure.
Not yet.
Positive thoughts.
But we do get a really sweet scene where Steve and Robin like toss up the Molotovs and whoo, Nancy has a Ripley moment. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was like having flashbacks to Ripley being badass, and we see Nancy just pretty much shooting away at Vecna. I was like,
I just don't know why Vecna
That's
doesn't
hat.
do this. Right? Like, why are you charging?
well, I guess there's a shit ton of things happening. He got beaten by 11.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, what happened there? Oh shit, I'm on fire. Oh fuck, I'm being shot. I don't think you're able to like,
Comprehend.
force save yourself, you know?
At the same time, Hopper literally disarms the Demogorgon. I'm like, you can do that? Okay.
And I was like, this is a prop sword. How'd you get them?
Yeah,
like, why? I guess this, in the Soviet Union, they do sharpen the shit. So,
probably.
yeah.
And then he gets to decapitate it, and then at the same time, Nancy gets the kill shot on Vecna. And unfortunately, though, like when they check back downstairs, like, oh shit, Vecna's gone.
Yeah. And
Which means bad news because the heroes are in a bad spot, especially Eddie, because Dustin is able to get to Eddie. He tries to get him to the doctor, and he's like, "No, man, just give me a minute. I didn't run this time, didn't I?" He's like, "No, you didn't."
and he's just asking Dustin, like, promising me you'll take care of them.
Yeah.
Take care of the sheep. I was like, this is the saddest death because I love this character so fucking much.
Same here. And then he's like, "Well, I was supposed to graduate this year, so this is my year." Those words, he dies in Dustin's arms, and I forgot the actor's name, but his reaction, I'm like, "Fuck, you're breaking my heart right now."
Dude, I was legit crying. I was like, that looked like legit cries.
Yeah.
It does feel like a friend lost a really good friend.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Sorry, somebody losing their friend. I don't know what those words were. I'm so shocked. I'm still grieving.
We find out that Erica probably murdered someone because she kicks the jock in the dick and like smashes him over the head.
You gotta love how Erica is so capable in so many ways than Lucas.
Yeah. Crit hit, and then I'm like, you're not wrong.
Man's eyes popping up probably.
She makes it back to Lucas in time, well not in time, but in time for Lucas to tell her to get the doctor because Max is left in a very bad way.
Yeah, and she does die.
Yeah.
Max does die,
Yeah,
and this rings all like the 4 rings of the grandfather clock.
Yeah.
And activates. I don't know what this is. The rapture.
The apocalypse essentially for Hawkins. But
Yeah.
the Duffer Brothers did say that his Lucas's performance on that scene was absolutely gut wrenching. I do agree because it's like I don't want to.
Oh yeah, this was another like Andrew Garfield with Emma Stone moment.
Yeah, because poor Max cannot feel or see anything, and she's really saying the point like I don't want to die. I'm not ready.
And yeah, when she does die, the gates start to open up, and this is the most satisfying moment in the whole fucking season. Well, besides Master of Puppets, like seeing Jason just be cut up and like in the middle, I was like, yes,
Like,
show me more.
Like, I wish his suffering was a bit longer than that, but sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, it was like nice, very nice. You don't know. Maybe his his body falls into the crack. I don't.
Probably. Becomes another of Vecna's minions, who knows?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So they could kill him twice, because I hate that character. Not the actor. Actor did an amazing job playing an asshole.
Yeah, if you can get us to hate you, good job. If
Yeah.
you're not an asshole in real life, then that's a better job. There we go. But yeah, it's Doomsday, and poor Hawkins, this whole town has been ripped to shit for how many years now? Like, fuck, a 7.8 earthquake? Get the fuck out
Jesus Christ.
Right?
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. And 2 days pass, and then 11, Mike and Jonathan and Will see the damage of people being like, we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they make the Hopkins, and there were a lot of people who couldn't, didn't have the luxury to drive out of there for sure.
Yeah.
Homes were affected, and they made the gymnasium of Hopkins High evacuation center.
Yeah.
And
And Robin, thankfully, there's a bright spot because Robin get to connect with her love interest, the girl she was interested in for a bit.
Yeah.
For peanut butter sandwiches.
yeah, and she did see her with her boyfriend, but I guess it's not working out for them because he found out that Hopkins is not so exciting to go for spring break.
I mean, if he just stuck around, well, I don't know.
He stuck around for the earthquake, sure.
And then we get a scene of Eddie's dad looking for him and hanging up wanted posters, and Dustin tells him, like, I was with Eddie during the earthquake. He's like, where is he now? Just gives him his necklace, and he knows, like, oh.
He didn't make it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. And, just Dustin just explains, yeah, if people really knew who Eddie was, they would have loved him. And he's right.
Yeah.
I did love Eddie. And, it was also kind of sad to see that, people, when he puts up the missing posters for Eddie, they started drawing, satanic shit on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
that sucks. Even the reporter was saying, oh, they might be the ones responsible for opening up this hell portal for doing weird,
Really, man?
Really? Really? This is the first time I ever heard, a reporter going full supernatural here.
Yeah.
This man's about to lose his job once he gets back to the office.
Yeah, like, what
Or
the
reporting.
fuck are you talking about? And then another
Yeah.
sad scene happens when they, 11 and Will and Mike visit Max in the hospital because she is in a coma, and Lucas tells him her heart stopped for a full minute. It's a miracle she's still clinging on, but then 11 goes into her mind and no one's there. And we're like,
Yeah.
fuck. I don't know if that's them just waiting for season 5 or a metaphor of being like, no, Max is brain dead. There's nothing we can do, really.
Yeah. And, God, what else happened? Oh, we also get a scene where Nancy reunites with Jonathan, and Steve's just, at the background, he ain't winning the girl in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then, thankfully enough, 11 and Hopper do reunite, and then you're like, wait, she does keep the door 3 inches open. That's sweet.
Yeah. And God, it was such a sweet moment because when they reunite with each other, it's they keep mentioning he got thin. I was like, yeah, he really did. But then again, he was in prison, so.
And then Will tells Mike, now that I'm here, I feel Vecna. He is hurt, but he is coming for all of us, and he's gonna kill all of us, and we have to kill him. And that is clearly apparent because while they're all reuniting, Will gets a sense, and then the Stranger Thing kicks in. And you're like, oh shit, it's just about to go down.
Yeah, the Stranger theme.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stranger theme. Fuck! Stranger Things theme. I don't know what's happening to me.
But yeah, like, how bad could it be? It's only snowing, and then they make it to the other side. They see dying flowers, and they see gaping holes everywhere. It was like, oh, the upside down is coming to our world now, and there's nothing we
Yeah.
can do to stop it.
Yeah, and they did say they did post somewhere in their socials that the last season, season 5 for Stranger Things, is gonna be like Return of the Kings. And I'm like, so like full on war, like battlefield upon armies, kind of thing.
Maybe.
Is Gandalf gonna come?
That'd be funny. Uh, but yeah, they did say season 5 will be shorter, and the fates of a lot of the characters are unknown. And so we'll just have to wait till 2024, I guess.
I know this is horrible to say, and he is my favorite character, but I'm calling it right now. Steve is gonna die.
You think Mike's gonna die?
No. 11 might die.
Yeah,
11 might die.
to make the big bag sacrifice for all of them.
Yeah. Because she is like somewhat the tank of the group.
Yeah, yeah. Ultimately, what would you rate part 2 of season 4?
Part 2 of season 4? I'll give this one an 8. Like it's, I would say, way better than the first half. Well, I can't really consider that a half. First quarter?
Yeah.
Like this season was way better in my opinion. It was like I love seeing more of like the preparations of how they're gonna take on the big baddie. I was saying when moments were supposed to be in like high tension and like intimidating moments, it was kind of like a drag for me. I love slow burns. You know me, I love fucking Blade Runner and shit, but this was too slow. In a moment where I'm like, give me the answers now. And I'm like, but that's my personal opinion. But yeah, it's like an 8 for me. Soundtrack was amazing, especially in the montages. Running Up the Hill is kind of like like it started to like piss me off a little bit. And I was like, I'm really tired of hearing this song. But when they do remix it to make it into like an intense scene, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 out of 10.
You know, I'll also give us an 8. Like, I like the fact that they don't waste time and the characters are all where they need to be, and they all are excellently written. Like, especially like the few newcomers like Argyle, who's probably the only newcomer left, honestly.
Oh wait,
sorry.
no, I think Enzo's gonna come back now.
Yeah, yeah. Some way, shape, or form. I would love that.
I would love to see Enzo come back.
Yeah.
Because he can't stay in Russia.
Yeah, he's a wanted man. But yeah, now then, an excellent end for season 4, and I can't believe I care about Stranger Things again. Because
Yeah.
season 3 was dog shit, and so I'm like, oh, why do I care about season 4 then?
Yeah, okay, like first season was like right up here, second season kind of dipped a bit, third season really dipped, and then fourth one skyrocketed up back to the top. And I'm like, that's nice.
So you're like,
I really
this is cool, this
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I can't wait for season 5 for them to answer, like, is Max gonna make it? Are they gonna be able to, like, defeat the evil? For sure they are. But who's gonna die?
Yeah.
That's what we're all, like, waiting for, is, like, which one of the kids are gonna die?
Yeah.
Dustin might die, God hope not. But it will hit like a motherfucker, though.
Right. But yeah, that's been our video for Stranger Things Season 4 Volume 2. What do you guys think? Comment below what your favorite season of Stranger Things is. If you want to know where you can find us at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. We react to trailers, we stream video games, we stream about our lives. As John was often saying, please, if you don't like seeing our faces, you can follow us on Spotify. But if you do like seeing our faces, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. What?
I love how you're so polite about it. Like, please, if you don't like seeing our faces, go to our Spotify. I'm like, okay. Like it's a demand. Like if you got a problem with me, go somewhere else.
Fuck it. Individually can find me in the office 1995 on IG and Twitter. How about you, man?
You can find me at JumGOM on Instagram. It is my art account.
And as time keeps changing, hopefully for the better, please remember to stay safe, wear a mask, social distance, and get vaccinated if you can. Get your booster for fuck's sake. And for this video at least, that's all the time we have. We'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody.
Yeah.